Okay, so I've been watching this guy for a while now on YouTube, Big Clive. So, and he's got me into making all sorts of stuff. And I thought, I'll give this one a go. Now it's supposed to end up looking like a flashing computer from back in the old days. What you might see on Star Trek or something like that. Now, I've already started it, but I forgot to get the camera out. You have to put these things in. There, now he puts them all nice and neat. I'm trying to do that, but he's got all sorts of funky tools to do funky things with. Like he's got a tool to bend these things, and I'm sure he's got all sorts of funky tools to test stuff as well. Anyway, just doing this bit's hard enough. So I've got tons of these to put in, so I won't bore you with all of them. I'll just do these few, and then if I can. Anyway, you can get these boards off his website, bigclivedotcom. Apparently, what I did, I downloaded the zip file. I went to the board making place that he suggested, and basically you just click on your file that you've got from him, and it just makes it, and then you have it sent to you. And I think these cost me about 15 quid with postage, and I got 5 of them. And he does an A4 one, but I think that's about 30 odd quid for 5 of them with posting for me, and I'm in the West Midlands, UK. I'm putting a bit of flux on here also. Everything I'm doing I've learned from him. I knew nothing when I started at all. Even my soldering iron is one of those cheap ones from Lidl, the Parkside, and he crops all these leads before, but I find they was falling out, so I just wedge them in. Might have to turn the heat up on this. Yeah, we'll go to 300. Oh, that's much better at 300. The first thing I built from him was some test tube lights. You'd have to Google him, but he's got these like LEDs, oh, you know, similar to these and others, and he puts them in a test tube, and they cost about, I don't know, 50p or something stupid to run for a whole year. But they're very dim, but they're alright as like background lights. And then which way should I put these? So they have the gold at the top or the bottom? We'll go at the top on this row. Let's do a few more, then I'll stop recording until I'm on the lights, because this is going to take me a long time. It feels like, anyway. I've got to get all these in. See, you've got to have a hobby. I mean, my hobby is canoeing. I love canoeing, but in the winter, you know, I'm a bit of a pussy really, because I'm a fair weather canoeist. I like it for the scenery and the warm weather, but in the winter I need another hobby, and I found Clive. Bless him. He's off the wall, that geezer, I tell you. And I watch his live streams as well. Because I'm single, I bet if I had a missus living with me, she wouldn't be very happy. Because I live on my own, I can do what I want. But I thought I'd just show you guys, if you have seen Big Clive do this stuff, and you've been thinking, I wonder if I could do that. Well, I'm a caretaker and I can do it. Well, so far so good, I can do it. Well, I built the lights and they was alright, the test tube lights. So, this was the hardest part to get used to doing this soldering business. But I'm getting better at it every time. But you know what? I think this flux is the... I missed one there, look. I'll do that in a minute. You never know, this might not even make it to YouTube or anything, because it's the first time I've filmed down low like this. I was going to try the chest mount, but I don't know what that would look like. Sorry about the heavy breathing. I had my tonsils and adenoids, whatever they're called, out as a kid, and I seem to have had strange breathing since. Anyway, that's gold, that's gold. Let's go to the top. I'll do this last one and then I'll turn it off for a bit. I'll come back once all the resistors are finished, because that's what these things are called. So he says, like he knows everything. I literally ordered what he said. I know fuck all. It's looking good. I don't know if you can see on the top of the board there, but it says bigclivedotcom. And the board's called Gallium. I think this is version 2. Yeah, because you can have surface mount resistors as well as these through hole thingies. So he says. Oh, there was the other one. I just didn't put it in. Okay. Welcome back. I'm on the last row. As you can see, I don't know how much you can see using this camera. It's the first time I've done it like this, but I'm using these helping hands just to be a helping hand really. And popping the last set in. A bit awkward. I'll get these resistors in and then I'm going to call it quits for tonight, but for you it'll fly past because when I come to putting the LEDs in, which I've got, I don't know if you can see them, colour blue, and they're self-flashing, and I've got red 5mm flashing. I'm struggling, yeah. Get in. I tried just flipping it over and soldering it on these, but they kept sliding, so I'm taking it out and putting it flat on this heat proof mat which is on top of my cooker. See, get that in. Yeah. Fiddly. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. Then take it out. Plop it on there so you can press down a little bit. Last bit of flux. This is going to be a bit of a mess when I cut all these little things off, the spiky bits. I'll have to do that over the bin. Yeah, this one definitely needed to be on 300, the soldering iron. So anyway, according to Big Clive, the best way to do this is to put your tip down, heat the pad, then wait for the pad to heat up, then take your solder to it and just touch it, and that's it, done. Don't try and put it on the tip and then put it to the board, because it doesn't work. You need to heat that little pad and then just touch it and bosh, done. That's me finished. I can turn that off. Right, where's my clippers? And this, when it's finished, will be in this little frame. Plug it into a USB socket and it will flash like an old-fashioned computer. Pick up a pair of these things off eBay for pennies, and the idea is to just snip them. See? They just snip off. I think I might just snip them all off and bring the vacuum cleaner in and suck them up. Might be the best way. But anyway, the whole idea of making this video is just to show you that if you watch Big Clive, or if you're just interested and you're just a novice and want to have a go, it's not that hard. Trial and error really. Once you've got used to this soldering business, I don't know what all the resistors values are, but there's plenty of kits out there that you can get with the resistors and all the bits. All you've got to do is put them on the board. Even better, go to Big Clive on YouTube and follow some of his builds. Oh, see that one jumped. Oops, that one went, so that's a problem. I need to put my hand over the top. I forgot about this bit. If these fall on the floor and go in your carpet and you've got no slippers on or shoes, you'll know about it. I like little needles. Getting a bit cocky there, I got 2 in 1. Woo. That, my friends, is that. All the resistors are on. Tomorrow we'll put the LEDs on. Maybe one row of red, one row of blue, and so on, so on. Push them right down. That's it. Now on these LEDs, there's a long pin and a short pin, and the long pin is usually positive. You can test them on either a button battery like this, and you see it flashing. You might not be able to see, but it is. Or you can get one of these tester things. They're only pennies on eBay, but the trouble is, unless you cut them flush, they won't work in it. So I need to know which side's the long one to put them in here. I've marked a black mark at the bottom for negative, which is so I know which way around I'm going. On the top is the long one. It's a bit fiddly. Also, I know I said this was a winter project, but I really want to do this because it looks good. The solder I use off eBay, I found 1.0 the best for me. And the lights I was talking about yesterday, these are them. I don't know if you can see. Well, they're all on his site. You can build one on YouTube if you follow him. Right. I think what I'll do is I'll put the camera onto time lapse, or else you're going to be bored. So bear with me. Okay, so now this is the tricky bit. I've got to flip it to solder it. Without them all falling out. I'm thinking maybe put a piece of cardboard over the top. And then flip them. What can I use? What about the actual frame? That might work. Yeah, that might work. Nope, won't work with it. Too thick. Maybe if I just trust to luck. Ha! How about that? That'll do. Now I think it's time for the time lapse again, because this is going to be really long time. And these pads are really close together too. Oh well, let's try. Well, I think that went okay. I just hope I haven't bridged any, but I suppose we'll find out when we turn it on. What about that magnifying glass? There's got one there that looks a bit iffy. Which one was it? Suppose we'll find out when we switch it on. Anyway, I'm going to cut all these little pins off again, so back to time lapse. So there are a couple that are a bit close to each other. I don't know if they're touching, it's hard to tell. But basically that's it. That's what it will look like. I've got two pads on the back here, plus and minus, and I need to attach, if I can find it. Yeah, it's a normal USB lead. I need to cut this off, and apparently inside there should be a pink or red and black wire that you attach red to, and the plus. There's a moment of truth. Probably cutting that a bit close, but there again, saying that, look at that. Don't need it that long. Keep that bit. Right. Where's my wire strippers? In the Toy Town toolbox. Quite a bit. Oops. You watch mine be different. Yeah. I don't see anything like that. Covered in foil. What's underneath the foil, we ask? Ah, look, red and black wire. I don't think I've got anything small enough to strip those, but we'll try. No, absolutely not. Bear with. Try fingers. Yeah, fingernails just. I haven't got an. I don't think I've got a tester here to test these. I'm just going to have to wing it and hope for the best. But before we get to that, I need to make a hole in the frame. So I'll go ahead and do that and clean up around here. And I'll come back a bit later when I'm ready to connect and test. Sorry, I had it on time lapse. I thought I was on video. Anyway, this is a power pack that I built a long time ago. It's just out of an old phone battery in one of these caddies, and there it is, all working. It's just slotted in at the back through a little hole, and that's it. It's very, very good. All thanks to Big Clive. He's been my inspiration. Hope you enjoyed that.